about to go somewhere odd now. Times to rise and elevation starts to drop down. Our little secret, don't kiss and tell, you're so bad. I'll probably see you in hell. Welcome to hell, baby. This is Podcast Hell.
What's going on? Welcome to Podcast Hell. It's me. I'm back. A nighttime post-weekend podcast. And I've got some updates, okay? There's a leak in my house. Plumber. I had to have a plumber over here. I will be shitting on plumbers at a later time. I got to give you health updates, though. You guys listened to the last episode. It was, 6.4. Yeah, it was all about my pre-diabetic number. Do you want to know what my new pre-diabetic number is? I bet you do, and you'll find out after this commercial break / I got to go get the dog. The dog's at the door. I'm going to let the dog in. Sit there with the wonderment of what my new pre-diabetic number is. All right, come in, quickly, in. Gordon. Come up here. Get your toy. Come up here. There you go. All right, big guy. Okay. Hey. You see how Gordon couldn't get up on the couch there? That's because he's old. It's a little reminder that we're all dying. I talked with a friend today, and he had hurt his arm playing basketball. Nate Williams. Shout out to soon-to-be new podcaster Nate Williams. And, he's injured playing basketball. And I'm just like, oh, okay, well, my whole point of getting in shape was so I could play sports more. And I'm like, I don't want to separate my shoulder. Maybe I'll just keep walking a bunch. Anyway, look, I left you with the cliffhanger. I can't start getting all ADHD. Oh, look, Gordon has something to say. This kind of does seem like I'm interviewing Gordon when it's like this, but he's on a separate couch. I don't hate it. I don't hate the setup. 6.2, motherfuckers. That's where I'm at, okay? I was at 6.4. I dropped all the way down to 6.2. Now, the scale is on pre-diabetic. This is, of course, A1C. The scale for that is 5.7 to 6.4. And then 6.5 is, the clumps in Nutty Professor. You have full diabetes, and you start picking which digits to lose. And I don't want that. So, working out, going on walks. I was actually on my walk just like 10 minutes ago. And I was like, when I get back, I'm recording the podcast. I'm going to do it so fast, I'm not even going to stop being out of breath from my walk. And that's what I did. But I'm down, baby. I'm down. I'm down in weight. I started out at October 14th, my birthday. I was 251.2. And now, as I'm recording this, are you gone? I'm talking too passionately. Is that what's upsetting you? Are you literally leaving the room, Gordon? You want to leave now? This is how boring he thinks the solo pod is. He's ditching mid-episode. Let me let him out. Can you believe that bullshit? I invite the dog up on the couch. He fucking growls at the door that I'm not including him and then leaves in the middle of my health breakthrough. What a fucking dickhead. Unbelievable. Unbelievable with the dog. If he asks to come back in, I'm not letting him in. That was his shot. He fucking ruined it. Where was I before the dog just totally fucking Heisman'd me away? Oh, no. My weight. Yeah, it was 251.2. Now, 238.4. That's in 6 weeks. 7 weeks. No, it's 7 weeks. Not too shabby. And I'm setting the goal right now. I'm turning 40 in October of 2025. I'm going to be sub 200. Sub 200. I'm losing 38 more pounds. And my plantar fasciitis is about to feel good. I know I shouldn't do this too much because the people who love feet, this is hard for you. Keep it in your pants, foot fettos. That's right, okay? I'm crushing it. I took it 6.4 to 6.2. Now, assuming I stayed on that same trajectory, you're supposed to test your A1C every 3 months. So what should it really be? Hopefully I would have kept on that same path. It should be a 6.1. I'm on path for a 6.1. I'm knocking this motherfucker down below 5.7. It's happening. And before you fucking people out there in the rest of America, am I recording? I am. Before you go like, oh, some Hollywood guy trying to pretend he's not on Ozempic. Let me tell you something right now. I am not on Ozempic. And yes, I asked my doctor about it, and they won't give it to me. So I'm doing it the hard way, you fucks. And for the people who are doing Ozempic, I get it. It's hard to give yourself a shot. That can be a little scary. Whatever. I have no problem with people who use Ozempic. I'm just saying I fucking didn't. I'm doing this the old-fashioned way. Barfing in the toilet. No, I'm just kidding. That is not funny to make a joke about bulimia. I don't know the difference between bulimia or anorexia. And I won't try to figure it out without my phone on this podcast with you. But the point is, I'm doing it old school, okay? I'm eating healthier, staying away from the added sugar, walking. I was doing 10,000 steps a day. I upped it to 11,000. And next week, starting Monday, you guessed it, 12K. I'm doing 12K steps a day. Can't be denied. Much like our friends on the banks of the Hudson, the Army Black Knights, playing Tulane for the AAC championship, putting it in their fucking face, I cannot be denied. Much like when they play Navy on December 14th, they will also not be denied putting it in their face. And lastly, they got kind of fucked and put in the Independence Day Bowl with Marshall. While Navy, who's worse than them, that didn't win the AAC, is going to play Florida? No, they're playing Oklahoma. Tulane gets to play Florida. We just fucking beat them for the championship. They get Florida, we get Marshall. This team's getting shit on, okay? We're not going to accept it. It's going to be a dominant victory. How about that? Dominant victory. I should get a pillow so I can sit like this instead of like leaning all the way back. Did I ever tell you guys the story about the Spirit Airlines flight I took where they gave me first class seats? Get ready for this. Let old Erick spin you a Christmas tale of how horrible Spirit Airlines is, which, by the way, if you listen to comics, every single comic has a joke about how bad Spirit Airlines is. And, Hacky Road comics, everybody does their first 10 minutes, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. Some of the people who listen to this, you're not going to comedy shows all night. You got kids. If you're a guy, you're trying to do it at work and make it happen for the family. And then you come home and your wife's all over you because she's been watching the kids. You're tired and you just want to put on an episode of Podcast Hell and unwind after a long week of work. I get it. And if you're a lady listening to this show, you probably got kids too. You got chewed up nips. You're tired. Your husband is fat. His dick seems to get smaller somehow every week. You're just like, what's going on? What have I chosen? What life have I chosen for myself? See, you're not getting out to comedy shows and hearing all the Spirit Airlines bits. But this isn't even a bit. This is the true story. This is the true story. Spirit Airlines, like back in the day, you could literally get a plane ticket for like $70 to go across the country, which is crazy. That's fucking wrong. That's wrong that it was that cheap. It's not that cheap anymore now, but it really felt like it was like as expensive as the Uber to the airport you could get the flight to go across the country, which I think makes it not a tragedy if you die in a plane crash. But anyway, so I was at the kiosk, checking in for Spirit Airlines. There's nobody Nobody is at the kiosk. You know, like if you go to like Delta and there's kiosks and there's like little Delta agents coming around like, do you need a hand with something? At Spirit Airlines, there's like a dude fingering himself in the back room, but there's nobody else. Nobody works at the Spirit kiosk desk. There's nobody. It's the pilot. The pilot checks you in and then takes your bag. And then he gives you the exits are this way. And then he gets in the plane and he starts. So I'm at the kiosk for Spirit Airlines and it says, do you want to upgrade to first class? And I can't remember what the exact number is. It was something insane. It was like $15 to upgrade to first class. So I'm like, oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I'll do that. Why wouldn't you? What is first class on Spirit Airlines like? Well, nothing. There's no food. There's no like extra customer service. There's just like it was like a chair, there was like a fake leather chair in the front versus the normal smaller seat. But I swear to God, and this is true, like I got to show you from this angle. The chair was like at 90 degrees. Like it was like that. So you sat, it felt like it was even more. Like it was like 65 degrees. Like you just rode. This is like on a cross-country trip. You're just riding like this. Like you have to take a shit or like you're just like, help. Like you're trapped on a roller coaster. That was an entire cross-country trip was sitting in first class with the chair at an angle like this where you're sitting. It was crazy. And I asked the woman, I was like, can I switch and go back to the plane? And they're like, you're not allowed to switch seats. I was like, I can't switch I paid more to be more uncomfortable. There were seats in the back. But I'm too much of a pussy. What am I going to, I'm going to like disobey the flight attendant. The whole plane's going to have to get off in Tulsa. Fuck that. I did it for the people. What I ended up doing is I ended up like laying down like this on the seat because there's nobody next to me. No other fucking idiot paid $15 for Spirit Airlines first class. So I ended up like laying in the seat like that because this was like feigning sleep. That was more comfortable than this. This with something that feels like you're being eaten by an alligator. That was the worst flight ever. And you can get away with that stuff when you're younger, you know, like, I mean, when I did that flight, I remember I was going back solo to DC. It was right after we moved to LA. So I was 32 or 33, probably 32. I was 32 when I moved here because that was early on. And it's like, man, that even 32 is not that young. But now, like, I think about doing that. I'm 39. I just turned 39. And I'm like, you couldn't. I would make the plane get off in Tulsa. I would disobey. I would fight whoever's on the plane to protect. I was going to say the air marshal. There's no fucking air marshal on a Spirit Airlines. No, there's just like... It's just like a wild goat that they let on that's like, get off. Like there's nothing is there to protect anybody. You could never hijack like a Spirit Airlines flight and be like, if you don't meet our demands, we're going to bomb. They'd be like, shoot it down. There's nobody important is on that plane. Blow them away immediately. You can't highlight it. You can't hijack it. There's nothing of value on the plane, including the people. And yes, I include myself in that. If you are on a Spirit Airlines flight, you have made yourself devoid of human value. It is the worst experience. Anyway, enough with the Spirit Airline material. The point of that story was... I don't know. What was the fucking point of that story? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, but we're here. 6.2. That's the fucking point of the story. I'm at 6.2. Prediabetes is taking it up the butt from me. I am having gay sex with my prediabetes, but I'm the dude winning. That's how I view gay sex, by the way, is the dude on top is winning. It's probably not cool to say, but that in my head, that's what it is. You're a winner or you're a loser. It's like a really scary wrestling match. All right. Other things going on this week. There was a leak in the house. The house. We had to have a plumber come over to deal with it. Do you guys ever notice that plumbers are like the most negative people in the world when they come over? Like they love saying all the things that it could be. And he's like, well, it could be that your neighbors are taking shit. It could be that the magma core of the earth has exploded and we're all about to be incinerated. That's why there's a leak coming from your living room wall. It's like, bro, I don't know anything. I know nothing about what's inside the walls of the house. I know that there's a thing called subflooring because a guy once charged me that on an invoice. I know that they took off popcorn ceilings when I hired a GC to come in and make this place livable. That's what I know. I know that popcorn ceilings aren't good and that subflooring exists on second stories. That's it. I know nothing. He's like, we might have to put a hole in the wall to look at the thing. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Just do it. He's like, well, maybe we'll put a hole here and here because you can see it's wet here. I'm like, okay, yes, I see that. He's like, or we could do 2 holes. I'm like, put a hole in the fucking wall and tell me what's happening. Just do it, dude. Just do it. Why? I don't know. It's like if you're like solving an algebra question and there's a 5-year-old sitting next to you and you're like, here's the thing about square roots. The 5-year-old does it easy. The 5-year-old just goes, feed me. I need food. It's lunchtime. Why? Why do the plumbers insist on telling us what's going on? Just fix it. Fix it. And by the way, it's such an easy. It's always an easy fix. That's the fucking trick. It's in the end they're like we have to replace the pipe. In the end, he had to get on a ladder, put a hole in my wall, and look at it and go, we have to replace that. I'm like, great. But he has to well, could it be this? Could it be that? And the whole time, it's just based on the fact that there's moisture in one spot. It's like, and I'm like, none of the. Here's the thing about the plumbers is once they know we have to do this one thing to get the answer to the next question, there is no more use in wondering what will happen when we open up the wall. Just fucking open it up and we'll know. But it's like, I think they like it. I think they know that we don't know what the fuck they're talking about. That's what I love about mechanics. Like car mechanics, they will fuck you on price. Obviously, they fuck you hard. If you've got like a Biden-Harris bumper sticker in your car, they're like, this motherfucker is about to get taken. Like, they're taking you to court, okay? I'm with her. You're with the poor people at the bank. We're fucking you. They're fucking you. 100% of car mechanics voted for Trump, and they hate you. So that's number one. Is your fucking bumper stickers are costing you when the car starts to make a weird sound. But they do it, what I can respect about a mechanic is they do it quietly. They don't bring me in as a 45-year-old to go like, okay, look, just in case you want to all of a sudden know everything about cars, the knee bone's connected to the thigh bone, and start describing what's happening. They just come back and they go, this are broken. Here's the thing. And they know if I knew anything about cars, I would have come in being like, I looked at I think it's the fan belt. Like I would have told them an idea. But what I did is I came in and I was like, it's making a weird sound. It's not supposed to. They know. We don't got to talk to them. Here's the price. It's exorbitant. We're fucking you. Do you want it fixed or not? Thank you. Sitting there, it'll be done in 3 hours. Just easy. But plumbers, these fucking plumbers, they come into your house. They think they own your fucking house. They're walking around, touching on stuff. This is my house. I want you out. Fix it and get out in the littlest amount of time possible, please. It's not going to be like, oh, now that I've explained what's happening to them, I'm going to charge them less. You're still going to fuck me. Fix it. If you're a plumber, hop in the comments right now and tell me if I'm full of shit. I don't think I am. I think there's a difference. Like, if you're one of these services where people are coming into your home, it's like they get too fucking comfy. The thing is when you go to a mechanic, truthfully, you could drive away. If they start talking and yapping too much, you could be like, give me the fucking keys. I'm out of here. Take it down. I'm driving it as it is. You could do that. I wouldn't recommend it. You talk too much, bro. I'm gone. It's a power imbalance when someone's got to come into your house. You know, your fucking toilet's flooded. You have some emergency where you have to have somebody that comes in here. And you know, in the end, the other thing with these plumbers is like all these guys, you know, these are guys that they know how to fix stuff, okay? They're going to survive an apocalypse. They're going to remember that my house is kind of easy to get into with the fucking back door, okay? It's a glass door. I didn't build it that way. It's just built that way. It's a fucking condo. I don't have the right to change it. So these guys can come back. I guarantee if there's an apocalypse and I got to use my bat on somebody, I'm using it on one of the fucking plumbers that's been in this house. They're who's coming first. I guarantee it. Guarantee. This is A-okay. Other than that, I guess it's been a pretty good week. Work is work. I'm trying to, I work sales, and it's like a month-to-month thing, but like we're going to be traveling with the holidays and the family and family obligations and all that stuff, and it's like it's impossible to be an effective employee at the end of December, right? So it's like this week at work, Monday through Thursday, because we're traveling home on Friday, I gotta be the best I can be, like the Marines. I got to really I can't suck this week at work. If I suck at work this week, the rest of December is going to blow chunks, And I can't have that. I need a good week at work. And it's crazy because, like, that's the other big thing with weight loss. It's the same with being at work. It's like being rested makes a huge difference. Being rested is very important for weight loss, apparently. Like, you sleep 8 hours every day for 7 days, you're probably going to lose weight just doing that. And that's that, and like, well, that's not whatever I just said, I made up. But I've been told by multiple health professionals that I should get sleep. That's the honest way for me to approach what I want to say right now. And yeah, it's true. Because I'm weighing myself every Saturday morning for my weigh-ins, and if I go, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'm getting 8 hours. This week, all those weeks, those are my biggest weight loss weeks. Isn't that kind of crazy? Sleeping, turning off the TV at 10 o'clock is like the number one thing to get your shit moving in the right direction. This is all stuff we should have learned this in like fucking PE or something. Maybe we did. Maybe we did learn it in PE. I don't know. I went to a Catholic school. I feel like all my basic knowledge was replaced with like, don't masturbate, Jesus can see you. That's the only thing I took out of 4 years of high school. Is like, just because you put the covers over your head, God can still see what's happening underneath there. You can't go off grid. It's not like Predator where you can like hide in the mud. God's got the infrared on the whole planet. He can see you just going, ooh, thinking about that girl from your homeroom. That's what I did. Back in the day. Oh my God. To go back to those days where you're where you're carrying your backpack around your waist for a reason, man. Like that's a tough time. I'm sure it's tough for girls, but like for guys, just being horny when you don't even want to be. I mean, what a hilarious problem now to have. I guess there's still guys that have that problem, guys that cheat and stuff. But like now I'm like, okay, like, oh, we're doing stuff. Okay, I'll get horny. But I'm never just like at the grocery store hard. Like when I was like I accidentally brushed by I don't even know what would you lightly touch? I remember like when you're that age, it's like the pants you wear. Like I had to wear like pleats. Like the pleated not khakis, but they were like gray like thin pants. And sometimes it would be like windy and you just like catch like a gust would just flitter across your front of your pants and you're like, no! It's just, what an insane time. Like that's when it's crazy. That's when like your body wants you to fuck the most, is when you are the dumbest you could be. It's that stupid age. I'm lucky, man. I'm lucky. I'm lucky that I was too nervous to talk to girls for a long period, right? That does kind of solve it. Your nervousness makes the decision for you. You will not get anybody pregnant because you can't hold a conversation with a lady for longer than 20 seconds. I had by the way, you ever have regrets? You guys know regrets? You familiar with the concept of regretting something? So many of my regrets are like stupid things I said to girls in high school. Like just dumb stuff where I'm like, what did I do? Like I remember there's this one girl I liked who it was Valentine's Day and I liked her. So I was like, it took me just all this nerve to be like, will you be my Valentine? And she was like, yes. I was like, sick. I have a girlfriend now. And I told her friend, who then told her immediately. And then she had came back. It was like in between classes or something. Or no, it was like before class. I asked her to be my Valentine. I was like, in my head, I was like, I have a girlfriend. I like had a class with her friend. I was like, hey, guess who my new girlfriend is? Your friend. And then she came back to me like right after class. She like ran to my locker and was like, you are not my boyfriend. You cannot tell people that. And I was like, yeah, I will never talk to a woman again. Like it fucking crushed me, dude. And I will still, there are days where I'm like, I'm taking a walk or I'm in the shower and I'm just like, oh my God, Valentine does not mean girlfriend. Like it's like a traumatic experience. To figure out how to talk to women when you're young is like, because I had friends who were good at it and it is a superpower. It's a fucking, like I would rather have been good at that than have had the ability to fly. Like that was so much more important. And now it's fun. Now it's funny. Now all that fear of talking to women, it's hilarious. Once you're married and you're like, what happens in relationships, you're like, there's a pretty girl over there. Could you go to? I'd be like, yeah. What do you want? Like it's like nothing. There's no fear of any of that stuff now. Like the idea. Like I have friends who are single in their 40s and dating, and I'm like, you're not still scared of girls, are you? And like some of them are they're like, yeah, I get a little nervous, and I'm like, well. Those are all the ones that haven't been married yet. I feel like if you've been married and you've been divorced, the nervousness goes away. I don't know. I could be talking out of my ass. And in fact, if you're a single guy and you are married or unmarried and you've got a feeling about the women that you're around you in your life, if you are feeling nervous or you're not, if you want to confirm or deny the thing I've said, the best place to do that is in the comments. A YouTube comment, or if you're on Apple, if you're just listening to this, like on Spotify, hit me with a 5-star and write me a review on Apple Podcasts. That helps the podcast grow. It helps more people find it. More people can know that this guy that they've never fucking heard of before is now at a 6.2 instead of a 6.4 on his A1C blood results. And that is what people want to hear. They want to hear good, positive stories in times like these. And by times like these, I mean times like these for fucking woke idiots like me who didn't vote for Trump. And we're all like, what's going to happen? Trump people are like, this is the greatest fucking time ever. Like, my friends who voted for Trump are fucking pumped right now. I've like half of the people I work with are full on, Trump is their daddy. I mean, they want to fuck him. I know one lady that wants to fuck Trump, which is funny because I guess ladies wanted to fuck Obama too. But Obama's like, look, Obama, he's not an unattractive dude, but like, can we please chill on like Obama, the sex symbol coming out of the ocean? Like that, I can look back on that now and be like, that is silly nonsense. I saw a clip of him like shooting basketball, and I was like, he's a nerd, man. This guy kind of sucks. Like, he sucks in terms of like, he's not a cool guy to me. I'm just being honest. I think it was like he was hot for a president. I guess women thought JFK was hot. Maybe he was hot like in the 60s. I look at him now. I didn't think he was that. He got a big fat face. His face looked weird, especially after he got shot. All right. Well, now nobody is listening. No. People want to fuck Trump. That's the point. I think people like want to fuck people in power. And so, you become hot because you're in power. Like, well, do you think that'll happen for like a female president? You think like if Hillary had become president, she would have had like a bunch of dudes just lining up to eat her pussy? Like, I wonder if it's the same. I don't know. Like, I don't really know any like female CEOs. I would imagine that there's dudes. Yeah, because isn't Cher banging like a 30-year-old guy? So it's doable. It's different. Look, we all know. We all know. It's easier for women to fuck ugly dudes than dudes to fuck ugly women. Can we just talk honestly between the 10 of us? It's probably 10. Probably maybe 20 people. Let's just keep it real. What was the point of this one? Oh, I know somebody wants to fuck Trump. Yeah, I just think it's kind of funny. Like, you can like Trump if you like him, but like, isn't it an objective fact that he looks like shit? The fucking orange makeup and the comb over and the weight and the dancing. Like, I get why it's funny to people. I definitely get why it's funny, and I'm not talking about what your reason is for voting. But if you want to fuck Trump, you are sick. You are sick in the head, right? Right? Come on, Trumpers. How far are we going to take this? How far are we going to bend reality to the point where he's hot now? He's hot? I know somebody that thinks he's hot. She said it. And she wasn't like she was like saying it on Twitter. She was saying it like to me and another guy on like we were just chatting on a call at work. She said she would fuck Trump. What? Oh, my God. All right. Well, anyway, that's the podcast. This has been fun. I hope you guys had a good time. I'm in a good mood. I'm feeling believe it or not, this whole podcast was me in a good mood. Check out next week's episode. I'm going to have my friend Sandy and Lou are coming on the podcast. I think I said that last time, and then they canceled. But they're coming back this time. So chill with us. We're going to have a good time. I do mean it. Like, if you haven't subscribed on YouTube and you're watching this, please do that. And please leave comments. Comments help. I was getting a bunch of comments like 2 months ago, and then they kind of stopped. Probably because I'm posting irregularly, which is my fucking fault. But, if you can help, I appreciate it. Tell a friend about the show. And, yeah, that's it. See you guys later.